10, Zane Steele. Batting ninth, square number 22.
Welcome back. Absolutely the last game of the ACCC Division II Championship. It is the if game. Central Alabama forced it with an 11-7 win in the noontime game. So here we go with a game that decides who will take on the Region 8 winner in Palatka in about mid-May. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. It is game number 11. Kelvin Ayala leading it off. J-Fat Rosado batting second. Zach Johnson third. Jacob Smith fourth. Arwen Burgos the 5-hitter. Brent Honecker in the 6th spot. Bryce Knox hitting 7th. Braxton Piper 8th. LJ Estrada 9th. And if you were saying, hey, that lineup sounds familiar, it is identical to the prior game for the Trojans. Mason Phillips on the hill for Coastal North. Behind the plate, Zane Steele. First pitch hit to right field. Tyner wave there. And Ayala is out, number 1. Zane Steele behind the plate. Ethan McAnally at first for the Coyotes. Trevor Allen at second. The shortstop is Kyle Blevins. Trent Nelson at third. That outfield has Sebastian Harden in left. Center fielder Gavin Moran. And the right fielder is Tyler Wave. Nothing in one on J-Fat Rosado. First game today between these two. It's the third meeting. And this is the rubber match. Coastal North winning the opening game. Central Alabama game number 2, which was the game that preceded this one. And now it's a winner take all. Take all the ACCC marbles and bring them to Palatka May 10, 11, and 12. High pitch to Rosado.
Please return all 5 balls to the nearest dugout, please. Thank you.
Counting minute 2 on Rosado. Zach Johnson to the on-deck circle. Rosado strikes out. And there's 2 gone.
One strikeout brings up number 15, Zach Johnson.
First inning in the first game was big for Central Alabama. Had a total of 4 hits and 4 runs. That is right up the middle. 2-out base hit for Zach Johnson.
Single by Johnson brings up number 10, the catcher.
Base runner aboard for Jacob Smith. Arwen Burgos to the on-deck circle. These if games typically come down to who can hang on pitching-wise. There have been a lot of games played, and everybody has gone very deep into their pitching rotation. So you would think, and we've talked about it previously, that every game has had 20-plus hits. This one would have way more than 20. Watch it be the game that has less than. Popped up to center field. Jacob Smith with a fly out. One runner stranded. We go to the bottom of the first.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Pitching for the Trojans, wearing number 22, Dalton Gray. And now leading off for the Coyotes, number 13, Kyle Blevins.
Bottom of the first, Kyle Blevins starting it off. He'll go after the first Dalton Gray pitch. Sebastian Harden hitting second. Ethan McAnally, the 3-hitter. Trent Nelson in the 4 spot. Nate Mayfield batting 5th. Trevor Allen 6th. 7-hitter Tyler Waves. Zane Steele will hit 8th, and Gavin Moran batting 9th. There is a little bit of a change where the lineup is concerned. Game 1 to game 2 today for Coastal North, and primarily it's Harden moving up in the lineup from the 7 spot to the 2 hole. Right back to Gray. He'll run most of the way, underhand the rest. Blevins out, number 1. Dalton Gray getting his 2nd start this weekend for the Trojans.
Number 26, Sebastian Harden.
He started Thursday's game against Bishop State, worked 6 innings, and faced 26, striking out 6 in that appearance. Outside with a pitch to Harden. Jacob Smith behind the plate for the Trojans. Brent Honecker at first. Braxton Piper at second. Shortstop J-Fat Rosado. Kelvin Ayala is at third. Arwen Burgos, the left fielder. Bryce Knox in center. Zach Johnson in right. Two-one pitch. Lifted in the direction of right field. Zach Johnson can't get to it. Drops into the corner. Harden on his way to third. A one-out triple. Zach Johnson, that diving try in the corner. Couldn't get there, and Harden will wind up at third for Ethan McAnally. Inside pitch from Dalton Gray. That is triple number 3 on the year for Harden. Got moved to the 2 spot, and right now Keith Griffin's got to be patting himself on the back after the Harden triple. Becomes an RBI chance for Ethan McAnally. Absolutely gorgeous weather today here in Oxford. A little bit on the breezy side. Inside, 3-1. 80 degrees currently. Winds out of the south-southeast at 9, gusting to 17. You don't expect any rain here until Tuesday. There is a base hit for McAnally, brings in Hart. Coastal North will take their first lead of today. Trent Nelson to the plate. Nelson with a solo home run in the game prior. This one is lifted to Burgos in left field, reaching back to see if he's near the fence. Makes the catch in front of the warning track for out number 2.
Burgos gets makes it out 2. Now batting number 11, Nate Mayfield.
Nate Mayfield next. Trevor Allen moving to the on-deck circle. That is ground foul in the direction of the Coyote bullpen. Coyotes the home team again in this one, this time on virtue of a coin toss. They were the home team in the first game because they were the team representing the winner's bracket. But they stay the home team after a coin toss between Keith Grimmon and Larry Thomas. 0-2 on Mayfield. Burgos, Honecker, and Knox when you get to the top of the second for Central Alabama. That is a base hit into left field. Nate Mayfield delivering. And Trevor Allen will come to the plate.
Mayfield's hit brings up number 8, Trevor Allen.
In that first game, Coyotes did not get their first run until the 5th inning. Got their first run in this one in the first inning. Tyler Wave on deck. Trevor Allen fouling off the first Dalton Gray pitch.
Let's go to work, Bubba.
45% humidity, by the way. Sun will say so long at 7:24. Runners will move up. Jacob Smith lost the handle on it briefly, but it was long enough to get McAnally to third and Mayfield to second. I'm just about through with all the iPhone weather app stuff. 12:24 a.m. moonrise. Temperature 4 degrees above normal. Okay, there you go. So you know now what it's like in Oxford if you're not here. 2-1 pitch to Allen. Got the outside part of the plate. Trevor Allen, his first start at second this weekend in the prior game. And back at second, batting in the sixth spot in this one. Just a bit wide. Count runs full.
Let's go to work. Right here.
3-2 pitch to Allen. Reaches, can't connect. 2 stranded, 1 in. After 1, the lead is 1. It belongs to the Coyotes.
Back on the mound for the Coyotes is Mason Phillips, and now coming to the plate for the Trojans, number 4, Arlen Burgos.
Top of the second gets underway. Arwen Burgos starts it. Brent Honecker and Bryce Knox due up in the inning 2. Mason Phillips, 14 appearances during the regular season. 7 of those as a starter, 7 as a reliever. He went 1-6, 31 2/3 innings of work, 41 hits given up, 38 runs, 27 earned, 26 walks, 33 strikeouts. 2 home runs allowed, and a 7.67 ERA. 1-2 on Burgos. And Burgos becomes Phillips' second strikeout victim. Brent Honecker next. He hit a home run in the opening game. Bryce Knox is on deck. Bottom third of the order in the bottom of the inning. 0-1 on Honecker. That bottom third of the order is Wave, Steele, and Moran. 1-1 offering to Honaker. He'll send it foul and out of play. Chakalaka Park, Oxford, Alabama. A little before 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That is right over Blevins at short. Makes its way into left. And one out, Honaker single.
That single by Honaker brings up number 23, Bryce Knox.
Should be able to watch all of this game and have time to go catch the nitty-gritty dirt band playing tonight in town. I'm sure that's what Dean's doing once he leaves here. High with a pitch to Bryce Knox. I mean, nothing else for Dean to do, right? I mean, there's no softball coming up, D1. District, 2 out of 3. Allen. Trouble handling him, but it took an odd hop on him just before it got there. Able to get the 4-6 for Honaker. And Knox on at first.
It's the Coyotes, the second out, and now batting number 14, Braxton Piper.
Braxton Piper to the plate. LJ Estrada moving to the on-deck circle. High pitch to Piper. One-0 pitch, 2-0 on Piper after the 2 high pitch. And Chakalaka's got a lot of baseball coming up too. As a matter of fact, we'll have a crew here. I'm trying to remember when it is. I know it's this week. Gulf South Conference coming to town. Softball begins on Thursday, actually Wednesday. And then baseball will begin, looks like on Friday here for the Gulf South Conference. Walk given to Piper. Couple of base runners on. LJ Estrada coming to the plate. LJ Estrada has not acted like a substitute hitter for Jake Hammonds, who's injured and unable to play. He has played like a everyday starter. 2 singles, a home run, and a walk in the first game today. Popped up by Estrada. Kelvin Ayala moving to the on-deck circle. And then after the Gulf South Conference baseball, back here for the D1 ACCC baseball. Fouled away towards right field. And of course for the ACCC, about a week away, maybe a little more than, from the D1 and D2 softball championships in Alabaster. High inside pitch to Estrada. One-two pitch with a couple of base runners on. Estrada during the regular season did get 72 plate appearances. Hit 222. Couple of home runs, 11 RBIs. A little bit outside, count goes even at 2. But he has definitely filled that void. Jake Hammond's 138 plate appearances in the regular season. 10 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 23 RBIs. Count runs full, 3-2. Phillips just walked Piper. And Estrada trying to draw a walk, too. He won't. He'll get struck out with a pitch on the outside part of the plate. 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Coyotes.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Back on the mound for the Trojans, number 22, Dalton Gray. Now coming to the plate, wearing number 20, Tyler Wade.
And don't forget to follow us, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. And I don't think I've mentioned it lately. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Wanting 4,000 by the end of the weekend, which is now 7 innings away. I think we're still 60 shy. So if you haven't subscribed, if you don't mind, Wave will pop it up. And that will drop in front of the dugout. I believe it might have been a little miscommunication. Ayala and Smith both there, and both thinking the other might make the catch. Nobody happier, though, than Tyler Wave. He'll get another opportunity at a Dalton Gray pitch. Dalton Gray in the regular season, 50 innings of work. 12 starts, 3 and 4, 2 complete games. 55 innings, I make that 55 hits given up in those 50 innings. 37 runs, 21 earned, 19 walks, 53 strikeouts. 1 home run allowed, a 3.78 ERA. Facing Tyler Wave to begin the second. And he'll do to Wave what he did to Allen to end the first. Strike him out.
Strikeout gets the first out. And now batting number 10, the catcher, Zane Steele.
1 out for Zane Steele. Gavin Moran moves to the on-deck circle. A little bit outside with a pitch, 2-0. Let's go, 2-0 pitch. And is sliced in the direction of right field. Onto the grass goes Piper. He makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
Piper's catch makes it 2 outs. Now batting number 22, Gavin Moran.
Gavin Moran to the plate. Kyle Blevins to the on-deck circle. Top of the order when you get to the top of the third for Central Alabama. Kelvin Ayala, Shafat Rosado, and Zach Johnson all due up. Swing punt, that's into the strike zone. Couple of strikes on Moran. Moran in the first meeting today between these two walked and scored a run in the 7th. And he's hit by a pitch here. And we'll send us back to the top of the order. Kyle Blevins to the plate. The first recipient of the ALA-BCA Darrell Blevins $1,500 scholarship. Named after his late father, who was the 15-year head coach at Coastal North. There was a year after Blevins between Blevins and Coach Griffin. And this being Coach Keith Griffin's 2nd year back at Coastal North, which was then Jeff Davis. Moran caught stealing. And despite the hit batsman, a 3-up, 3 down, bottom of the 2nd.
Back on the mound for the Coyotes, number 30, Mason Phillips. Back at the top to go for the Trojans, or number 12, Kelvin Ayla.
Top of the order, top of the 3rd, Kelvin Ayala leading it off. Jafat Rosado and Zach Johnson due up in the inning 2. Coyotes get a base runner in the bottom of the 2nd. Moran hit by a pitch, but caught stealing 2nd. And that will send us to the 3rd. There is a base hit into right field for Ayala. tying run on to begin the third inning.
Japhet
Rosado coming to the plate. He struck out in the first, one of 3 Mason Phillips Ks in the game. Zach Johnson on deck. Ayala with his lead over at first. 16 regular season stolen bases for Ayala. One-0 pitch. It is too high. Rosado showing bunt. On JockJive, a few days off. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I don't think we've had any live games. Of course, on-demand stuff always available. Punted in the direction of first. McAnally will give it to Phillips. Phillips will get the foot over on the bag. Rosado has moved the tying run to second.
Zach Johnson.
One out for Zach Johnson. But on Thursday, we start coverage of the GCAA Softball Championships in Cartersville, Georgia. And then on Saturday, softball and baseball in the ACCC. Nelson looking about Ayala and then getting Johnson on the 5-3. Jacob Smith next. He flew out to center field. Arwen Burgos on deck. Outside of the strike zone with the opening pitch to Smith. Also on Thursday, Southern Union Coastal South softball. And on Saturday, MMI Coastal North softball, Southern Union Coastal South baseball. Strike delivered on the outside part of the plate to Jacob Smith. High and away, 2-1. In those games, by the way, you can catch on JockJive or on the ACCC website, the Sports Network. That is a base hit into center field. Ayala, he'll tie the game at 1. Jacob Smith with the RBI single. Arwen Burgos coming to the plate. And in looking at the numbers, by the way, looks like it's been about 50-50. Half the audience watching on the website and half watching on YouTube. Burgos, a strikeout victim in the second. Blevins, Harden, and McAnally in the bottom of the third for Coastal North. And yes, it is the same Kyle Blevins. Base hit Burgos, who was at the plate when the second came to an end. Ran caught stealing, so Blevins will be back in the third. The walk is slow by design. Keith Griffin taking the journey out to the bump to have a conversation with Mason Phillips. who's got himself into a wee bit of a bind with a run in and a couple of runners on, including the go-ahead run. Coach looking over to the pin. I don't see activity currently, but he may be about to get some activity throwing. And yeah, I see some Coyotes making their way to the bullpen. So Mason Phillips has been alerted that the leash is short. I think that is Kobe Riggs starting to throw soft tosses in the pin. Count even at 1 on Brent Honecker. Ground to Allen. Fields goes to first. He'll get the out. And that out might assure Mason Phillips at least a start of the 4th. We'll find out, though, in about 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 3rd in a 1-1 game.
In 1995, the Alabama Baseball Coaches Association has held its annual Coaches Convention, where up to 450 high school and college coaches gather to learn more about their craft from some of the best coaches in Alabama and the country. The annual awards banquet is also held during the convention, where standout high school and college players and coaches from the past season are honored for their success. The banquet's highlight occurs when the new Hall of Fame class is inducted and the Distinguished Service Award recipient is
Want to watch the game later? You know by now we can fix you up. Go to the website, click on the link, a tiny fee, and watch all the baseball, softball, football, basketball to your little heart's content. That'll get out of play. Fouled away by Kyle Blevins. In the bottom of the 3rd, Sebastian Harden, Ethan McAnally due up in the inning. Trojans have tied it. Ayala with a single, eventually 2 at-bats later. Jacob Smith with a single. And Smith brought in Ayala. And we're tied up at 1. Check swing by Blevins. Piper able to get it from second to first in time to get Blevins. One out for Sebastian Harden. Ethan McAnally to the on-deck circle. Little check swing, but into the strike zone with the pitch. That is dropped into center field, a one-out Sebastian Harden single. And a one-out triple has a one-out single. That is the fourth Coyote base hit of the game. And Ethan McAnally, who drove in Harden in the first, coming to the plate in the third with Harden on. McAnally with an RBI single in the first. And immediately Harden takes off. Like a little problem from Jacob Smith. Maybe just misgripped the baseball briefly. And that gave Harden ample time to get to second with a stolen base. In scoring position, trying to get the lead back to the Coyotes. Dalton Gray trying to take care of Ethan McAnally. Outside with a pitch. I mentioned those 53 strikeouts for Gray in the regular season. Third best in Division II ACCC baseball. And is ground to short, grabbed by Rosado. Goes to first and gets the out of McAnally while Harden goes to third. Two gone for Trent Nelson. Tate Mayfield on deck. Nelson popped out to left field in his prior at-bat. Slices this one towards right. Piper can't get to it. Harden will score. And Piper apparently an awkward dive in pain. And Piper is up. Trainer came out to check on him. Coach Larry Thomas checking on Piper too. Piper playing second because Rosado is playing short. And Rosado is playing short because Jake Hammonds got hurt yesterday. But apparently Piper's okay. Will stay in the game.
Now batting number 11, Nate Mayfield.
Trent Nelson with an RBI single. It's a 2-1 Coyote lead. Nate Mayfield singled in the first. Trevor Allen's on deck. Hit towards Rosado. He will quickly underhand to Piper. 6-4 goes the putout. One runner stranded, one runner in. Back to a one-run Coyote lead.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. more than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Back on the hill for the Coyotes, number 30, Mason Phillips, and now batting for the Trojans, number 23, Bryce Knox.
Top of the fourth, bottom third of the order. Bryce Knox starts it. Braxton Piper and L.J. Estrada due up in the inning two. Coyotes get the lead back in the bottom of the third. Harden, a single, and eventually a Trent Nelson single will bring him in. On the outside part of the plate to Bryce Knox. He hit into a 4-6 put out in the second. That's right back. Phillips lost it. Is he going to have time to get it? Nope. Throws it away, as a matter of fact. But no advancement by Knox other than the initial error that got the 7-hitter on, or the leadoff guy in the fourth.
Now batting the second baseman, number 14, Braxton Piper.
So the game's first error comes here in the top of the fourth and allows Knox on with Braxton Piper to the plate. L.J. Estrada to the on-deck circle. Trevor Allen, Tyler Wade, Zane Steele in the bottom part of the inning. Bunted to Phillips and doesn't even look to second. He wants to resist the urge to try to beat the odds. So sacrifice will get Knox to second. L.J. Estrada struck out looking in the second. First Phillips pitch high and inside. Kelvin Ayala moving to the on-deck circle. One-oh pitch. Obviously, something went awry with the pitch. Actually looked kind of strange, leaving the hands of Phillips. Another look at that previous pitch. It's kind of an odd look where the fingers of Phillips are concerned, and it got away from him. That one gets away from him. Knox will move down to third. Estrada gets on, and Keith Griffin's coming out. And speaking of coming out, Mason Phillips is about to come out of the game with a couple of base runners on. And the top of the order coming to the plate.
frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
New pitcher for the Coyotes is number 12, Kobe Riggs, and now we're back at the top. For the Trojans, we're number 12, Kelvin Ayla.
The new pitcher is Kobe Riggs. 13 regular season appearances with 1 start, no win-loss record. 14 and a third innings of work, 21 hits given up. 24 runs, 19 earned, 11 walks, 19 strikeouts, 1 home run given up, an ERA of 12. Facing Kelvin Ayala, 1 for 2 in the game. With a couple of base runners on, and asked to preserve the 1-run lead. Ayala with a fly out to right and a single. Fly out came in the first. A single and eventually a run in the third. High and away with a pitch, 2-2. Kobe Riggs, another Okaloosa County product, Fort Walton Beach native. Which I would assume means he was either a Viking or an Indian in high school. Fort Walton Beach or Choctaw. Three-two pitch. Payoff is swatted foul. J-Pat Rosado is on deck. Mayfield, Allen, make that Allen wave and steal when you get to the bottom part of the inning. On the inside part of the plate. Meanwhile, taking his trip down to second is Estrada. Two gone as J-Fan Rosado steps in. Rosado was struck out and sacrificed. Zach Johnson on deck. Rosado struck out as the second out in the first, laying down the sacrifice. Played a role in getting Ayala home in the third. Eventually, Jacob Smith brought him in, and that was the first and thus far only Trojan run of the game. Count even at one on Rosado. Riggs pitch, fouled off. 1-2. One ball, couple of strikes. That is sent over to first. McAnally will go to the bag. Rosado is out on the unassisted put out, and 2 runners are stranded. To the bottom of the fourth and the bottom of the order we go on JockJive. Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Back on the mound for the Trojans, number 22, Dalton Gray. And now batting for the Coyotes, number 8, Trevor Allen.
Bottom of the fourth, Trevor Allen starts it. He struck out in the first. Tyler Wave and Zane Steele due up in the inning 2. Dalton Gray, who worked 6 innings on Thursday, beginning his 4th inning of work on Sunday. In a 2-1 ball game. Base hit up the middle for Trevor Allen. I think I mentioned it yesterday in the first meeting between these two. I think they represent the last 2 World Series champions in the ACCC. Central Alabama won D1 in 2013. And it was back in the 90s that what is now Coastal North won a World Series in D2. Wave with a sacrifice that moves Allen to second.
Sacrifice by Wave, advances the runner to second. And now coming up to the plate, number 10, Zane Steele.
And of course, winning this does not get you to the World Series, but it gets you closer. Still got a 2 out of 3 series against the Region 8 winner in Palatka. May 10, 11, and 12. And that series hasn't begun yet. The Region 8, obviously, the series between Region 8 and 22 hasn't begun either. But we don't know who the Region 8 rep will be because they play next week to determine a champ. So the winner of this one's going to get some time off. Little break to heal those bumps and bruises and work on a potential Region 8 opponent. 0-2 on Zane Steele. Just a little bit high with the pitch. Gavin Moran to the on-deck circle. One-two pitch. Just a little bit inside. And yes, thank you very much, Barry Dean, for the reminder. Keith Griffin was the head coach of that Jeff Davis squad that won a D2 national championship back in the 90s. Two-two pitch, too high, 3-2. Here is the payoff pitch to Zane Steele, who popped out to second in the second. Dalton Gray looking back, Trevor Allen. Nobody will go unbeaten in this year's tournament. Steele strikes out, 2 gone. And yes, by the way, if you're going, hey, we wanted a shout out, we're going to do it again in the 5th inning. So we are an out away from taking your shout outs in the 5th, your last opportunity. I mean, other than YouTube, obviously, you can post shouts there. But via text, last time it'll happen this year for D2 is coming up in the 5th. When the Trojans send Johnson, Smith, and Burgos to the plate. Ran hit by a pitch in the second and then got caught stealing. Two-0 pitch, fouled away. By the way, let me say hello to Tommy Woods, one of my broadcast buddies. I don't know if you're still watching, Tommy. Well, if you're not hearing this, but if you are, great to have you watch the coverage. He does a lot of play-by-play work all over the state of Alabama. Fouled away. And a great job on the play-by-play work. We just got to get him on a JockJive game, or 2, or 3, or more. 2-2 pitch to Gavin Moran. And a slice in the direction of right field. Looks like it's going to hang up long enough for Zach Johnson to go get it. The runner stranded, still a 1-run game as we head to the 5th.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Back on the mound for the Coyotes, Kobe Riggs, number 12, and now batting, number 15, Zach Johnson.
Time to get your shout-outs, and by now you know the routine, right? Who's it to, who's it from, where you're watching from. Got a watch party going on, snap a picture. And is floating towards Trent Nelson in foul territory. And Zach Johnson is out number 1. And by the way, we do it for an inning only. So if the outs come quickly, well, you don't have a whole lot of time. If we get a lot of hits, walks, runners, you got a little extra time. 334-488-1385. It's the number attached to the scoreboard. And as I mentioned, your last chance to send shout-outs in the D2 tourney. One-0 pitch to Jacob Smith. 334-488-1385. And not only where you're watching from, but, you know, if it is kind of a unique spot. Walmart parking lot, northbound on I-65. College dorms. Waffle House. Watching them set up for the nitty-gritty Dirt Band show. You know, that kind of stuff. 334-488-1385. 2-2 pitch to Jacob Smith. A little outside with the offering. Count runs full at 3-2. Swing and a miss. Smith is out number 2. And he is strikeout number 2 for Kobe Riggs. Two gone for Arwen Burgos. Shout out says, win this thing, Yotes. Eric in Florida. Thank you very much, Braden. I'm not sure about that. But definitely thank you for all the shout outs. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed by Burgos. What is the saying about master of none? There's some saying. Can't remember what it is right now. Base hit into right field for Arwen Burgos. And he's going to turn it into 2. 2-out double from Arwen. Brent Honecker coming to the plate. Honecker 1 for 2 in the game. Shout out to LJ Estrada. We're so proud of you. You're hitting amazingly. Jenna, Miss Regina, Mr. John, and Amanda. Shout out to the Chakalaka Park staff for their hard work and the weatherman for his great work. Yes, weatherman has been very kind to us. Thank you, Dean Myrick. You're right. Weatherman brought in some clouds and some wind yesterday and had me a little concerned. But he's kept the rain away. Let's go, Coyotes. Y'all got this. Let's get this win, Angel, watching at the Coastal Dorms. Thank you very much, Angel. Jack of all trades, master of none. Yes, Barry, I'm going to give you credit. I appreciate that. That's what I was trying to think of. Braden, thank you very much. I'm probably a master of none, though. Let's go Coyotes. Sincerely, former Warhawk Gilmore. Of course, the Warhawks, the name of the Bruton campus, the mascot, prior to the Coyotes. Gulf Coast Elite 12U, say go Yotes. There's a walk given to Brent Honecker. Couple of base runners on for Bryce Knox.
Honecker's walk will bring up number 23, Bryce Knox.
Okay, I do have a question to the Coyote Nation. I know it is go Yotes, that's the pronunciation. Go Y-O-T-E-S. Why isn't that go Yotes? Coyotes, go Yotes. Why is it go Yotes and not go Yotes? That's something that's been bothering me. These are the things I get hung up on. Keith Griffin going out to the bump. And let's see if his time on the hill is over or if this is just a little reset button push. 1-0 on Bryce Knox. And Riggs staying in the game. Couple of base runners aboard, tying run in scoring position. 2-1 game, top of the 5th. Knox ground into a 4-6 and reached on an error. Braxton Piper is on deck. Thought about it. You can see that elbow flinch. He drops into the strike zone. Goes to Allen. Allen goes to first. Knox out number 3 and 2 runners stranded. 9 Trojans have been left on. Halfway through your shout-outs as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
You've played some travel ball, you've shared the videos. Mom and Dad can only root so much. It's time to get real interest from the colleges and scouts in your area, right where you live. That's why the Showcase Series is different. We're not just another tournament, we're an advancement event where you get real-time exposure with live TV coverage of our games that get you seen directly by the coaches you want to impress from anywhere in the world. Register for events at showcaseseries.org. It's your turn at bat.
Bottom of the 5th, top of the order, Kyle Blevins to the plate. More shout-outs, Coastal Alabama Coyotes. Y'all are playing with your hearts. I'm so proud of you, Gavin Moran. Your mother, Cynthia, who is right here at Chakalaka Park in Oxford. Dean Myrick, Barry Dean, says we need you on camera more. Said after seeing you on the coin flip, you are a rock star and need more FaceTime. Shout out to Wyatt. Pappy in Seal, Alabama. Grounder Rosado, he'll go to first. Clemens out on the 6-3. Shout out to Central Alabama pitcher Hagan Rose, who pitched 7 solid innings to help beat #1 Wallace Dothan yesterday. Mom and Dad watching from Troy, Texas. Thanks so much, Troy, Texas. All right, maybe a response to why go Yotes and not go Coyotes, as the Sebastian Harden hit is long enough, but not fair enough in foul territory. It used to be Hawkham and then switched to Yotem due to the mascot change. So I feel like that's why we say go Yotes rather than Yotes. All right, that's a fair assumption. Shout out to Keith Griffin from Bill Thomas at Pearl River. Very proud of my man Keith. Thank you, Bill. Shout out says, come on Yotes, bring it home. Watching from Cantonment, Kaysen and Briley Adams. Go Yotes, watching from Bruton, your Student Support Services College moms. Miss Keena, Miss Jennifer, Mrs. Anita, and Dr. Nicholson. We are so proud of you with lots of exclamation marks. Sebastian Harden, 2 for 2, a triple and a single. Lifts that one foul and out of play. Shout out to Zane Steele, cheering you on from Denver, Colorado. We love you and are so proud of you. Lauren and Nora to their Uncle Zane. Two-two pitch. Another one fouled away. Shout out to Trent Nelson for the great RBI and the out-of-bounds catch. Go Yotes. Two-two pitch to Sebastian Harden. That is popped up in the direction of Bryce Knox in center. He's got it, and there's 2 gone.
Knox's catch gets the second out for the Trojans, and now to the plate, number 36.
Shout out to Grayson Goss and the Yotes from former teammate Keaton Kenworthy. Bring it back to Bruton. Shout out to LJ Estrada. So very proud of you, bud. Let's go Trojans from Mom. Quick shout out to the Yotes. Let's bring it home. Retta Shelley still watching from there in Mariana. With that shout out to the Yotes. Shout out Cooper Mosley, grandson of Keith Griffin. Ethan McAnally 1 for 2 in the game. Outside with a pitch. Shout out to the Gangsta from Mom and Dad. Go Trojans. Shout out to the Bob Jones Patriots now playing for the Coyotes. Nate Mayfield, Gavin Moran, and C.J. Bush. Shout out Grayson Goss. We're so proud of you and love you so much from Riley and the family. Shout out to Brent Honecker from his next door neighbors. And a little picture of the lake. Thanks, next door neighbors. Shout out to Kobe Wiggins of Central Alabama for cheering on his team coming off surgery this season in the dugout as hype man. Also a big shout out to Weston Tubbs from CAC. Rosada over to first. 6-3 put out of McAnally. And according to the shout out to Weston Tubbs, he is a beast out there. All right, let me sneak in one more shout out before we go to the break and wrap up the fifth. To the Panama City boys go Coyotes, especially Trevor Allen. We love you, Uncle Jeff and Kelly and Caitlin.
Back on the mound for the Coyotes, number 12, Kobe Riggs, and now batting for the Trojans, number 14, Braxton Piper.
Top of the sixth, Braxton Piper starting it. LJ Estrada and Kelvin Ayala due up in the inning two. All right, there were a few shout-outs that came in technically under the wire. Go Kobe and Yotes. Number 12, love Sissy and the Wells family. Shout-out Ronanator 5, I love you, Connor. From Miss Kirk to her CAC players, your math instructor is proud of you. Thanks so much for the shout-out. It's great to have you on the other end of the coverage, and we appreciate you texting in, shouting in. Of course, you can still do it all game long on YouTube. 1-2 the count on Braxton Piper. He's walked and sacrificed. High inside pitch, count goes even at 2. Piper with a walk in the second, sacrificed in the fourth. 2-2 pitch, too high, too far inside. Four, 5, and 6 to the plate when you get the bottom of the sixth underway for the Coyotes. Out goes Piper. That will be strikeout number 1, 2, 3 for Kobe Riggs.
Now batting number 32, L.J. Estrada.
One out for L.J. Estrada. Estrada has struck out and walked. High inside pitch to Estrada. Home run totals over the weekend, now somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 or 7. And Estrada has hit one of those. Did it in the opening game. It was a 2-run shot. Brought in him and Braxton Piper. And is popped up by Estrada. Estrada struck out looking in the second, walked, and got the second in the fourth. Kelvin Ayala to the on-deck circle. Fouled off towards third. Well, when you look at the Riggs numbers on the year, there haven't been many times where he's had multiple innings of work. But he is now technically headed into his third inning of work. Came in the fourth and worked 2/3. Worked all of the fifth, worked a third now of the sixth. So technically begins his third inning of work. Three and two on Estrada. Trying to draw his second walk of the game. And his third of the day. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks. Two gone, we get back to the top of the order. Kelvin Ayala. He's flown out, singled, and struck out, 1 for 3 in the game. Ayala with a fly out to right field in the first. Singled and scored a run in the third, struck out looking in the fourth. Jafat Rasada to the on-deck circle, and Riggs has got Ayala in an 0-2 hole. Oh, 2 pitch, just a little bit high and inside. One ball, couple of strikes. Just a little bit outside. Popped up. Nelson gives it a chase, but it's in the stands and out of play. But yeah, looking at those Riggs numbers, 13 appearances, 14 and a third innings of work. That's a little more than an inning per appearance. At the moment, he has worked 2 1/3. Payoff pitch to Ayala, fouled away. Came into the ball game after Mason Phillips left. Phillips 3 1/3, faced 18, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 5 hits, and allowed a single run. That's a little bit outside. Ayala walks with 2 gone. And Jafat Rosado coming to the plate. Rosado was struck out, sacrificed, and ground out. 0 for 2 in the game. Zach Johnson on deck. Line right at Allen. Makes the catch. And there's 3 gone. 1 stranded. Trojans into double digits in the LOB. 10 left on as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. more than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
New pitcher for the Trojans, number 33, Connor Hebson. And now batting for the Coyotes, number 18, Trent Nelson.
Bottom of the sixth, Trent Nelson, the hitter. The new pitcher is Connor Hebson. Hebson making his 10th appearance, 9 during the regular season. Started one game. Went 0 for 2, 11 2/3 innings of work. 18 hits given up, 20 runs, 15 earned, 11 walks, 14 strikeouts, 2 home runs, and 11.57 ERA. Facing Trent Nelson, who's 1 for 2 and strikes him out.
Now batting number 11, Nate Mayfield.
And Braden made me promise that if Connor got on the bump, that he'd be part of a shout-out. Connor, Braden's best friend in high school, on the mound here in the bottom of the sixth. Nate Mayfield with one away. And we'll go to the screen. .21 faced when Dalton Gray was there for 5 innings. Three strikeouts, no walks, 6 hits, 2 runs, and 1 hit batsman. So those are your Dalton Gray numbers. 5 innings, 21 faced, 3 strikeouts, no walks, 6 hits, 2 runs allowed, and 1 hit or hit. Nate Mayfield drawing the Hebson walk.
Mayfield comes up number 8, Trevor Allen.
Trevor Allen to the plate. 1 for 2 in the game with a strikeout and a single. Tyler Wave to the on-deck circle. On the outside part of the plate to Trevor Allen. Allen struck out in the first, singled in the fourth. Mayfield able to get back safely over at first. 4 steals this year for Mayfield. Caught twice. That is thrown away. On his way to second and standing is Mayfield. And that will become the first Trojan error of the game.
I like it, Eddie. I like you right there. Let's go. Come on. All right, face it. Right there. Let's go.
Tyler Wave is on deck. Winner of this one, as I mentioned, the best 2 out of 3 series against the Region 8 winner. That region has their tournament next week. This has been kind of a spread out best 2 out of 3. These teams now meeting for the 3rd time at Chakalaka this weekend. But it's still going to be a best 2 out of 3. With the winner heading to the next best 2 out of 3. And if you can win this one, that one, you're headed to Enid, Oklahoma to play in the World Series. Count goes even at 2 on Allen. Allen, the last out in the first, a leadoff single in the 4th, hitting with 1 away and 1 in scoring position in the 6th. Outside, count full. Three-two payoff pitch to Allen. Hit over towards Ayala at third. He'll look back the runner and go to first. And there's 2 gone.
That second out brings up number 20, Tyler Wave.
Tyler Wave to the plate. Wave is struck out and sacrificed. Zane Steele to the on-deck circle. Johnson, Smith, and Burgos in the 7th for the Trojans. That is the 3, 4, and 5 spots. Smith going out to have a conversation with Hampson. Catcher and pitcher just want to be on the same page. Don't leave anything to chance in a huge ball game. Wave the first out in the 2nd, first out in the 4th. Grounds it towards Piper. 2-hopper. Grabbed by the second baseman, goes to first, gets Wave on the 4-3, and a runner is stranded. We go to the 7th in a 1-run game.
In 1995, the Alabama Baseball Coaches Association has held its annual Coaches Convention, where up to 450 high school and college coaches gather to learn more about their craft from some of the best coaches in Alabama and the country. The annual awards banquet is also held during the convention, where standout high school and college players and coaches from the past season are honored for their success. The banquet's highlight occurs when the new Hall of Fame class is inducted and the Distinguished Service Award recipient
number 15, Zach Johnson.
Top of the seventh, Zach Johnson starting it off for the Trojans, 1 for 3 in the game. Nelson Fields at third. Throw to first. Caught on the one hop by McAnally. One out for Jacob Smith. Smith 1 for 3. He is singled, struck out, and popped out. A single brought in the lone run of the game for the Trojans, Kelvin Ayala. Arwin Burgos on deck. Lifted towards center field. Gavin Moran will let it drop in front of him. Might have had a chance, but played it safe. Arwin Burgos to the plate, tying run on with 1 away. Burgos struck out and doubled. On the outside part of the plate with the opening pitch to Burgos. Burgos with a strikeout in the second, singled in the third, actually doubled in the fifth. Down on the count, 0-2 in the seventh. Brent Honecker on deck. That has popped up right side, and it will drop into the bullpen and out of play. Tyler Wave gives it a chase, but can't reach it. Nothing in 2 on Burgos. Burgos a .315 hitter during the regular season with a home run and 23 RBIs. 11 doubles and a triple two. Popped up towards Wave and right. He's got it, there's 2 gone.
Pitch by Moran brings up number 27, Brent Honecker.
Brent Honecker 1 for 2. Has singled, ground out to second and walked. Bryce Knox is on deck. Hits a Blevins, and he'll boot it. Routine grounder, but may have taken his eye off and looked to the runner coming to second in trying to make the decision second or go to first. Blevins with the error.
Now batting number 23, Bryce Knox.
And a couple of base runners on for Bryce Knox. Blevins another opportunity. Says, hey, I'll make good on this one. 6-4 goes the put out. 1 hit, 2 stranded. Bottom of the 7th coming up in a 2-1 game.
frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
New pitcher for the Trojans, number 8, Tucker Starling, now coming to plate. Coach out of North. Coyotes, number 10, Zane Steele.
Bottom of the 7th, Zane Steele starts it. Gavin Moran, Kyle Blevins due up in the inning 2. The new pitcher, Tucker Starling, and Piper makes the catch of a liner at second. One pitch, one gone. Gavin Moran next. Top of the order, moving to the on-deck circle. Tucker Starling, 9 appearances, all starts in the regular season. 4-1, 39 and a third innings of work, 46 hits given up, 27 runs, 18 earned, 7 walks, 24 strikeouts, and a 4.12 ERA. Relieves Connor Hempson after Hempson worked an inning. Faced 4, 1 strikeout, no walks, no hits, no runs. Tucker Starling, the starting pitcher the first time these two teams met in that 11-inning marathon. He worked the first 6 and a third. Faced 29, struck out 6, walked 1, gave up 9 hits and 5 runs. And he'll strike out Moran for out number 2.
That strikeout will bring us to the top of the order for the Coyotes.
Top of the order, Kyle Blevins to the plate. Blevins 0 for 3. Ground outs to the pitcher, second and short. Sebastian Harden on deck. Into the dirt with the pitch.
I like it, 1-3. I like it. Come on, Kyle.
A lot of finals already in the majors. Braves knock off the Guardians in 10, 4-3. A's 7-6 over the Orioles. Blue Jays 3-1 over the Dodgers. Tigers 4-1 winners over the Royals. Mets beat the Cards 4-2 in 11. Nationals 12-9 winners over the Marlins. Yankees beat the Brewers 15-5. White Sox 4-2 winners over the Rays. Rangers nipped the Reds 4-3. Astros 8-2 over the Rockies. Giants beat the Pirates 3-2. In progress, Twins 9-5 over the Angels, bottom of the 7th. Top of the 9th, D-backs 3-2 over the Mariners. Bottom of the 8th, Phillies 8-6 over the Padres. Their ESPN game of the week. Cubs and Red Sox, 29 minutes away. Over towards the CAC pin and out of play. Three-2 payoff to Blevins. Sebastian Harden hoping to come to the plate this inning. Three-two pitch. And the battle continues. Another 3-2 offering to Blevins, who was the first out in the first, third, and fifth innings. And is hoping to avoid becoming out number 3 in the 7th.
Let's hunt, baby, let's hunt.
3-2 offering. Again. Fouled away again. Three-two pitch once more. Rosada fields it short. And it's at first in time to get Blevins on the 6-3. 7 done, 8's coming on in a 2-1 game.
Riggs back on the mound for the Coyotes, now come to the plate with number 14. It's Piper. Tracks to Piper.
First pitch, top of the 8th. Zane Steele thinks he's got a chance. He'll make the catch. One pitch, one out in the 8th.
Steele's catch on the pop-up brings up number 32.
LJ Estrada next. Top of the order, Kelvin Ayala to the on-deck circle. Estrada, a couple of strikeouts, sandwiched around a walk. Struck out in the 2nd, struck out in the 6th. Walked in the 4th. Count goes even at 1. One ball, one strike, one away in a 1-run game with one more inning to go. Bottom of the 8th, Harden, McAnally, and Nelson for the Coyotes. And I say one more inning to go. That is if the game isn't tied. Strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. Top of the order, Kelvin Ayala to the plate. Ayala with a single, a walk, a fly out, and a strikeout. He flew out to right field in the 1st, singled and scored a lone Trojan run in the 3rd. Struck out looking in the 4th, walked in the 6th. Back to the plate here in the 8th with 2 gone. One and 2 on Ayala. Japhet Rosado is on deck. Just a little bit outside of the strike zone. Even count at 2. Couple of balls, couple of strikes, couple of outs. Three and 5 battling it out. The 3 seed, the 5 seed. One, 2, 4, and 6 gone. That's way outside of the strike zone. And one of these 2 will represent Region 22 when they face Region 8 in May. 3-2 pitch. Little bit outside on the walk given to Ayala. And Kyle Blevins, kind of the Coyote field coach, the elder statesman, out to the bump to have a conversation with Kobe Riggs. Rosado was struck out, sacrificed, ground out, and lined out. 0 for 3 in the game. Zach Johnson on deck. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for the Coyotes when you get to the bottom of the 8th. Oh, 1 pitch. Riggs, who came into the ball game in the 4th, Now working in the 8th. One and two on Rosado. Lights are on here at Chakalaka. As we creep our way towards nighttime. 7:24 sunset. Still got about 90 minutes of natural light before the artificial light takes over here at Signature Field. High pitch, count even at 2. Riggs got ahead on the count against Ayala and lost him, walked him eventually. Ahead on the count against Rosado. Trying not to lose him. Trojans with a tying run on. That is a foul ball towards third. Another 2-2 offering. Rosado the second out in the first one in the third one in the fourth, last one in the 6th. Sends it over towards right underneath Allen's mitt. Breaks put on by Ayala. Nearly got too far off second, but able to get back, and Rosado will single.
That hit will bring up number 15, Zach Johnson.
And Keith Griffin coming out to talk to the official. Here's where you would love to mic up coaches or umpires to know exactly what this conversation's about. Well, the conversation over. Coach Griffin back into the dugout. Blue right behind home plate. Zach Johnson steps in, tying run at second. Top of the 8th in a 2-1 game. A little inside with a pitch to Johnson. Sent foul and out of play in the count even. Johnson with a single in the first. Ground out to third in the third. Popped out to third in the 5th. Ground out to third in the 7th. One offering Franklin. Thought about it. Make that Johnson. Have no clue where Franklin came from. Maybe I'm bobbling between an alternate universe. Two and one on Johnson. Foul out of play in the count even. One of 4, Johnson on the day. 2-2 count with 2 on, 2 outs. Just a little bit inside. If Riggs walks Johnson to load it up. Got a feeling Keith Griffin gets off that chair in the dugout. Heads to the bump. He got him though. Strikes him out. Two left stranded as we head to the bottom of the 8th.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
New pitcher for the Trojans, number 21, Caleb Jacko. And now coming to the plate for the Coyotes, number 26, Sebastian Harden.
Let's go to work.
Bottom of the 8th for the new pitcher, Caleb Jatko. Jatko was the starting pitcher in the win over LBW. And in that game, he pitched 6 innings, faced 25, 2 strikeouts, no walks, 7 hits, 2 runs allowed. And he will come in to work the 8th, facing Sebastian Harden first. Ethan McAnally and Trent Nelson due up in the inning 2. In the regular season, Jatko 10 appearances, 8 starts, 2 and 3 with a complete game. 35 innings of work, 36 hits given up, 23 runs, 19 earned, 16 walks, 22 strikeouts. No home runs allowed, and the ERA at 4.12. Sebastian Harden 2 for 3 in the game. Just a little bit high with the pitch. Count even in 2 on Harden. Coyotes trying to pad the lead before going to the 9th. And it's popped up towards center field. Bryce Knox there. He'll catch it, and there's one away.
Knox's catch for the first out will bring up number 36, the first baseman, Ethan McAnally.
Ethan McAnally next. McAnally 1 for 3, singled in the first, ground out to short in the 3rd and 5th. Trent Nelson on deck. Meat of the order to the plate when you get to the ninth for Central Alabama. Hitter Rosada, great play on the stop and gets the out of McAnally on the 6-3.
The third baseman, number 18, Trent
Two
Nelson.
gone for Trent Nelson. Nelson 1 for 3 in the game. Popped out to left. Singled in a run in the third. Struck out in the sixth, and he is going to fly out in the eighth.
Top of the ninth we go.
1, 2, 3 go the Coyotes in the eighth. We are headed to the ninth with Coastal North up by a run. Top of the ninth, Kobe Riggs facing Jacob Smith. Coyotes do not want a bottom of the ninth. Trojans want a bottom of the ninth. Jacob Smith, couple of singles, a fly out, a strikeout, 2 for 4. Riggs, who came into the game in the fourth, now working the ninth. Count even at 2. Smith popped out to center field in the first. Drove in Ayala in the third. And has popped up. McAnally giving it a look from first, thinking maybe he can get there. It's just out of reach. Smith struck out in the fifth and then singled in the seventh. Shot towards Blevins. Fields it short. Goes to first. One away. One out for Arwen Burgos. Burgos 2 for 4 as well. He has struck out, singled, doubled, and popped out to right. 1-0 pitch to Burgos. Count even at 1. Brent Honecker on deck, a little bit outside, 2-1. Another one, same spot, same results, 3-1. Three-one pitch to Burgos. Outside, and the tying runs on. Well, Riggs has walked 1 in the 5th, 6th, 8th, and now 9th. The walks got no closer than 2nd. None of the walks have made it to 3rd. Will that happen again in the 9th? Outside with a pitch to Honecker. Or will the Trojans bring the run in? Bryce Knox is on deck. Even count at 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. High pitch from Riggs. Honecker 1 for 3. He is singled. He has reached on an error. He has walked. And he's grounded into a 4-3. 2-2 pitch. Off the end of the stick, but foul towards 3rd. Two offering to Honecker. Riggs, a glance to Burgos, now the pitch. And there will be another 2-2 pitch coming. Two offering. Base hit into center field. Couple of base runners on. Keith Griffin coming out of the dugout. Looks like a reliever coming out of the pen. Kobe Riggs, though, is about to get a lot of high fives and applause from the Coyotes. He averaged an inning and a 1/3. And we're not yet sure if he's coming out. As a matter of fact, looks like he's not. Coach Griffin sticking with a gut. He has been in similar situations over the course of the 5 innings. Had a couple of runners on in the 5th. Had a couple of runners on in the 7th. Had a couple of runners on in the 8th. And has a couple of runners on in the 9th. And is fouled towards third. Bryce Knox 0 for 4 today. 0-1 pitch. And according to Blue, he went 0-2. Knox ground into a 4-6 in the 2nd, reached on an error in the 4th, ground into the 4-3 in the 5th, the 6-4 in the 7th. Back to the plate in the 9th. One-two pitch to Knox. Swing and a miss. 2 gone. Braxton Piper to the plate. Two outs, top of the 9th, 1-run Coyote lead. Piper 0 for 2. There's a base hit into left field. Sebastian Harden retrieves. Throw coming to the plate. Not there. Tie game at 2. Piper delivering with an RBI single. LJ Estrada to the plate. Outside with a pitch to Estrada. And Keith Griffin making his 2nd visit to Kobe Riggs. But Riggs, a heck of a performance. But speaking of heck of performances, Braxton Piper. Clutch base hit with 2 gone, driving in Burgos. Tying the game at 2. Getting Riggs out of the game and a new pitcher on his way.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
New pitcher for the Coyotes, number 21, number 25, Andrew Gillis. He's trying at the plate for the Trojans.
Andrew Gillis, the new pitcher. 14 appearances, 1-0, 18 1/3 innings of work. 17 hits given up, 15 runs, 11 earned, 17 walks, 18 strikeouts, 1 home run allowed, a 5.40 ERA. Estrada chops it over towards second, and to the bag goes Allen. Estrada grounding out. 2 runners stranded, but the runner that ties it is in. And we're headed to the bottom of the 9th in a 2-2 game. Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Perhaps got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Back on the mound is number 21, Caleb Jacko. Now comes to the plate for the Coyotes, number 11, Nate Mayfield.
Last reminder, follow us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. And if you're watching on YouTube, we need about 60 of y'all. Just kind of reach over, click that subscribe button, and we will say thank you very much. Bottom of the 9th. In a 2-2 game. Nate Mayfield starting it. Trevor Allen, Tyler Wave due up in the inning 2. Caleb Jatko, who worked a 1-2-3-8 on the hill for the 9th. And it's popped up towards right field. Zach Johnson makes the catch. And there's one away. Trevor Allen next. Tyler Wave to the on-deck circle. Allen 1 for 3, has struck out, singled, and ground out. Four straight set down by Jadko. Came into the ballgame in the 8th. Has faced Harden, McAnally, Nelson, and Mayfield, and retired each. 3 via the pop out, 1 on the ground. On the outside part of the plate, 2-1. The first time these two teams met yesterday, it was an extra inning game. Popped up by Allen. And in front of the dugout, not able to make the catch, was Jacob Smith. Two and two on Allen. He struck out to end the first, singled to begin the 4th, and ground into a 5-3 as the second out in the 6th. 2-2 pitch. Just a little bit outside. Three-two pitch. Popped up. Honecker gives it a look, can't get to it, and it's out of play. A lot of fans disgruntled with that prior pitch. Let's see what you think. Three-two offering. There's the strikeout of Allen. And there's 2 gone.
Next batter for the Coyotes, number 20, Tyler Wade.
Tyler Wade was struck out, sacrificed, and ground out. 0 for 2 in the game. Wave struck out in the 2nd, sacrificed in the 4th, ground out to 2nd in the 6th. If there's a 10th, it starts with the top of the order for Central Alabama. One Jatko offering, popped up by Wade. In left field is Burgos. He'll make the catch. In 9 innings, ain't going to do it. We head to the 10th in a 2-2 game.
Gillis, and now coming to play back at the top of the order for the Trojans, number 12, Elvin Lee.
Top of the 10th, top of the order, Kelvin Ayala coming to the plate. Trojans have left 16 on in the game. Brought 2 in, though, the most important in the 9th, and tied at 2. As we go to the 10th. And it's the second time in 2 days that these two teams have gone to the 10th or beyond. Go back to a day ago in that 3-hour, 39-minute, 11-inning marathon. And here we go again. That is dropped into center field. Leadoff, Kelvin Ayala single. Hit number 11 in the game for the Trojans. It is punted foul by Jafat Rosado. Rosado, a strikeout, a sacrifice, a ground out, a line out, a single to the plate in the 10th. So now between these two teams, you got 11, you got 9, that's 20, you tack on another 10. 30 innings of baseball this weekend between the two. A little bit outside with the pitch to Rosado. Zach Johnson on deck. Eight, 9, and 1 in the order to the plate in the 10th for the Coyotes. Kobe Riggs, 5 1/3 innings of work. 26 he faced, 7 strikeouts, 4 walks, 5 hits, and a single run allowed before turning it over to Andrew Gillis. Go-ahead run at first in the 10th. Outside with a pitch, count even at 2. Two offering from Gillis. Fouled away and it stays. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One mercy rule game this weekend. It involves Central Alabama. Knocked off Bishop State 12-2 and 2 games that didn't go 9 that went longer, and again Trojans involved. Base hit again. Rosado delivered.
Number 15, Zach Johnson.
2 are on for Zach Johnson. Trojans have not had a lead in this game, but they are 180 feet away from taking their first with Ayala at second and Zach Johnson, the 3-hitter, coming to the plate. Showing bunt is Johnson. Sends it to third, but foul. Jacob Smith to the on-deck circle. Johnson 1 for 5 in the game. The He is singled, ground out to third twice, popped out to third once, and struck out. It was a Braxton Piper single with 2 gone in the top of the 9th that brought in Arwen Burgos. Tied the game, sent it to the bottom of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Coyotes in the home half of the 9th. And here we are in the top of the 10th. Fouled off by Johnson. And here's where the bulk of you coaches take away the bunt sign. 2 strikes. Got a few Riverboat gamblers. Let's see. Nope. It'll be a base hit. Blevins mishandles it, goes into center field. 1 run is in. Blevins' second error, giving the Trojans their first lead of the game in the 10th. Keith Griffin going out to the hill to have a conversation, probably with his infield. This is not just a Andrew Gillis chat. Conversation over. Coach Griffin back to the dugout. McAnally to first, Allen to second. Blevins to short and Nelson back to third. Up onto the bump, Andrew Gillis. Jacob Smith to the plate. Two singles, a fly out, a strikeout, and a ground out. 2 for 5 in the game. Hit by the pitch. Bases loaded, nobody out. Arwen Burgos to the plate. Well, you know the odds. When the bases are loaded, odds weigh in your favor to get a run if there's nobody going. Those aren't unbeatable odds, and they weigh in your favor. And the Trojans hoping the odds are in their favor to add to the lead. Coyotes hoping to beat the odds. Keep it a 1-run game. High inside pitch to Burgos. Brent Honecker on deck. That is a foul ball towards third, and Rosado is diving for his life. Nearly took out his teammate at third. That is stopped by Blevins. Nowhere to go with it. Does at the last minute go to first. Thought for a moment he was just going to hang on. Gave looks everywhere, was hoping to come to the plate. But does go get Burgos at first. But a run comes in, Rosado will score. So the putout will go 6-3, gets the RBI. Out number one, 2 runners on. Johnson to third, Smith to second. Brent Honecker, who has a couple of base hits, a walk, reached on an error, and ground out to second at the plate. 0-2 pitch. That is floated towards the dugout on the third base side. Bryce Knox on deck. Infield in, hoping to stop Johnson, who is the runner at third. Honecker, who has already slapped a home run today. Would love to send one 325, 375, 390. Down the lines, the gaps in center field here. Nothing in 2 on Brent Honecker. To Andrew Gillis pitch. That was just a little bit outside. Swing a miss. Honecker strikes out, 2 on. Bryce Knox 2 away, 2 aboard, 2 in. Outside with a pitch. The 8th Trojan to come to the plate in the 10th inning. Check that, 7th. The 8th is on deck. One-0 pitch, got the inside part of the plate. Knox has ground into a 4-6, reached on an error, ground into a 4-3, a 6-4, and struck out. He is 0 for 5 today. Braxton Piper on deck. 8, 9, and 1 in the Coyote order when you get to the bottom of the 10th. One-two pitch to Knox. Gillis came into the ball game in the 9th. Worked a third of the 9th. 2/3 of the 10th. Count even at 2. As we near the 3-hour mark in this one. 2-2 pitch in the zone. Knox strikes out. 2 runners left on. 2 runners are in. Coyotes need 2. Trojans say, hey, we'll let you have 1. We go to the bottom of the 10th.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Bottom of the 10th, Caleb Jadko working his 3rd inning, facing leadoff guy Zane Steele. Steele, Gavin Moran, and Kyle Blevins, 2 up in the inning. Steele 0 for 3 in the game. He's popped out to second twice and struck out. Trojans with a couple of runs in the top of the 10th, taking their first lead in the game. And trying to overcome the stranding of 18 runners in the game. Coyotes trying to rebound in the bottom of the 10th against a guy who has not allowed a single Coyote on. The Coyotes against Jadko are 0 for 6. Two-two pitch, Steele awaits. That is popped up on the infield. Piper doesn't know where it's at, but Rosado does, coming over from short, and will make the catch. One out for Gavin Moran. Kyle Blevins moves to the on-deck circle. Moran hit by a pitch, popped out and struck out. A little bit high with the offering, and the count evens up, 1 apiece. One offering to Moran. It will get out of play and go 1-2. By the way, at the end of the game coverage, we keep it right here. And we'll watch post-game. Dean Myrick, the commissioner, handing out some hardware at the end of this one. One-two pitch outside to Moran. Two offering, base hit Moran. On with a single. And sending us back to the top of the order. Kyle Blevins, 0 for 4. All ground outs on the infield. Count even at 1. Blevins ground out to the pitcher in the first, to second in the third, to short in the 5th, and to short in the 7th. On the outside part of the plate. Sebastian Harden hoping for an opportunity. Should get one unless Blevins wraps into a double play. And definitely gets one if Blevins gets on. Coyotes have seen their fair share of 2-out rallies on the receiving and giving end of 2-run rallies, not 2 outs, but 2-run rallies. And trying to do it here in the 10th. There's a base hit, Blevins. Moran on his way to third. Runners on the corners for Sebastian Harden. Runners at first and third. Sebastian Harden 2 for 4 in the game. He has tripled, singled, flown out twice. Tying run on, winning run at the plate. Hey, thank you very much, Braden. It's been great to have you on the other end of the broadcast. Sending in a shout out here in the 10th. On the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blevins will take off and get in safely with a steal. Wow, well, we were talking about riverboat gamblers earlier. That's a bit of a gamble. Keith Griffin says, heck, I'm going to roll the dice. And now you're looking at the possibility of a base hit tying the game up. Ethan McAnally on deck. Just a little bit outside. Jatko set down 7 Coyotes in a row. And then Moran got on. And then Blevins got on. Blevins steals. Here comes Moran. 1-1 game. Tying run at third. Wild pitch bringing in a run. Harden is walked. Tying run at third. McAnally 1 for 4. Two pitches missing. And Larry Thomas coming out to have a conversation with Caleb Jatko. Brief chat with Jatko. Tying run at third, bottom of the 10th. Trojans trying to keep him there. Coyotes trying to bring him the 90 feet home. Two-0 pitch into the strike zone, 2-1. Trent Nelson is on deck. Over to first with a throw. Harden back safely. And at this juncture of the game, that's a slightly risky throw with a runner at third. And they'll do it again. Two-one pitch, outside, 3-1. Three-one offering. That is sent deep to left center field. It's off the wall. Blevins in. Harden scores. Coyotes win it. Ethan McAnally doubles in the winning runs. Blevins and Harden score. And the Coyotes have won it. Trojan hits, 18 left on, 1 error committed. 4 runs, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 9th, 2 in the 10th. Coyotes have been retired 7 straight by Jatko and then came to life in the bottom of the 10th. 9 hits, 3 errors, leaving 6 on. A run in the 1st, a run in the 3rd, and then the runs necessary to win it, 3 in the 10th. And the Coyotes will advance to the district championship, taking on the Region 8 champion. And that champion will play next week, that tournament taking place next week. It'll be a 2 out of 3 series starting on the 10th. Running the 11th and 12th as well. And the winner of that series earns the right to go to Oklahoma and play in Enid. The district battle with the Region 8 opponent, it will happen in Palatka. We got some stuff to give out. At least Dean Myrick does. Some hardware after the break.
Fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Well, this one is over. It is a victory that belongs to Coastal Alabama North. 10 innings of baseball. They win it by 1 with a 3-run bottom of the 10th. And we are getting prepared for post-game ceremonies, already doused with Gatorade or whatever is in that cooler is head coach Keith Griffin. And in just a few moments, they'll start handing out some hardware. What a great year and great game, great day of baseball where these two teams are concerned. They played 30 innings total in 3 games. 1 9-inning, 1 11, 1 10. And Coastal North will win it in walk-off fashion. Ethan McAnally in the bottom of the 10th. And we've got a little issue up here in the box as far as the PA is concerned. So that is going to have to be resolved before we can get to post-game activities. So while they're working on PA here, take a break, come right back.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Well, we are continuing to work on a technical issue up here in the box where the PA system is concerned before we begin the post-game ceremonies. But again, reiterating, Coyotes will have a best 2 out of 3 series against the winner of Region 8 in Palatka at St. John's River, May 10, 11, and 12, to determine then whether they or the Region 8 winner will go on to play in Eden, Oklahoma at David Allen Memorial Ballpark in the World Series that happens the end of May into the very first part of June. And congratulations to every team that got here. 6 great teams here. Wallace Dothan, LBW, Central Alabama, Bishop State, Coastal Alabama North. We knew only one was going to take it. And it winds up being the 5 seed. And arguably the hottest team at the end of the regular season in the Coyotes of Coastal Alabama North. Central Alabama, too. Very good end of the regular season. And I think I am hearing now some PA, so it looks like we can move into post-game.
Alabama Community College Conference and Commission and Commissioner Dean Myrick, we congratulate
so let's turn it over to our PA guy, Jason Paul.
Athletes on a great 2023-24 season and tournament. A lot of hard work, time, and effort by all enabled us to crown a champion today. We sincerely thank the City of Oxford, Choccolocco Park, Billy Thompson and staff, Justin Denley and staff, and the volunteers for serving as gracious hosts and providing a great environment for our teams and fans. Let's give everyone a round of applause. Now we will present the all-tournament team. From Lowland B. Wallace, Jack O'Brien. Also from Lillian B. Wallace, T.J. Dunsford. From Wallace, Dothan, Brady Caps. Also from Wallace, Dothan, Colton Dorsey. From Central Alabama, number 4, Arwen Burgos. From Central Alabama, number 11, Max Bishop. From Central Alabama, Dalton Gray. From Coastal Alabama North, Sebastian Harden. From Coastal Alabama North, Kyle Blevins. From Central Alabama North, Nate Mayfield. In this year's tournament, most valuable player is awarded to Ethan McAnally. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we have a special presentation. Presenting the championship trophy is Miss Denise Blevins. She's the wife of former Coastal Alabama and formerly Jefferson Davis Community College Coach Darrell Blevins, who passed away in 2021. Coach Dobie Williams coached the Warhawks for 16 years, enhancing the lives of hundreds of student athletes on and off the field. Joining Miss Blevins is Darrell's brother, Dennis, his wife, Michelle, and family members. But first, before we present the trophy, we want to recognize this year's runner-up. These two teams, in the last 2 days, played 30 innings of baseball against each other. I'd like for everybody to give a round to both teams at this time. This year's runner-up of the Alabama Community College Conference Tournament is the Central Alabama Trojans. Congratulations, Coach Thomas and the Trojans, on a great season. And now, for your champions of the 2024 Alabama Community College Conference champions, the Coastal Alabama North Coyotes. Congratulations again to all teams, coaches, and student athletes on a great season. We thank everyone for supporting your team and safe travels. Thank you once again.
Well, there you have it. The game is over. The season ending for one and continuing for another. What a great year for both, though, Trojans and Coyotes. And for the Coyotes, there's more baseball ahead. At least 10th, 11th, and maybe 12th. But they are hoping they're going to be playing baseball in late May and into the month of June out in the Midwest. But again, congratulations to all the teams. Great baseball here at Chakalaka. Hey, thanks so much for watching. It's been great to have you on the other end of the broadcast. Tell folks every time we do a game, okay, almost every time. One for you, be no need for me sitting right here doing this. So thank you for the opportunity to bring you ACCC Division II baseball from Chakalaka. We will see you next for us in Georgia. on Thursday for GCAA softball. Next time we're here at Chockalaka, actually, James and crew, James Crenshaw and Company, will be producing the Gulf South Conference Baseball Championships in about a week. So they'll be here, and we'll be back with Division I ACCC baseball about a week and a half into the month of May. See you then. For all the ACCC and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.